postseason berth hangs in the balance with a bitter rival standing right there in front of you. All the trials and tribulations are behind you. Ain't no better feeling than to have the tilts of September mean something serious. So let's play ball.
The math is simple. If the Mets win 2 out of 3 in this series, they will have a wild card berth and they'll be in the postseason. There's the weather. We've got a hurricane brewing in the Gulf, and it may affect the next 2 days in this series. And then there's the history. The Mets in Atlanta in late season situations. Most recently, 2022, when the Mets rolled in, needing just one game to get the tiebreaker and win the division. They had their pitching all lined up, but the Braves hit 7 home runs in that series, and the Mets lacked the firepower to respond. The Braves swept the series, won the division, and the Mets got bounced the following weekend by the Padres in the wild card series.
It's a huge series. No two ways about it.
There's just no doubt for Schwanenbach, the biggest start in his life here today.
And a good time for that to happen because he has been pitching really well. It was really fun to see him kind of tap Travis d'Arnaud on the chest and say, let's go, point down to the guys on the bench. He is ready for this moment. He has been prepared for this moment. We look forward to it. Everything that we have seen here with Spencer Schwellenbach and the way that he handles himself tells us that he is ready for this huge game.
Pitched his best game of the year against New York earlier this year. 7 innings of 2 hits, shutout ball, didn't walk anybody, and struck out a career high 11 batters in 7 innings. And he's on the mound and ready to go to work tonight.
That hit him outside the batter's box, and he's going to be out. 1 away.
He was going to be out anyway, but he made it a little bit easier on the Braves, did Jose Iglesias, by running into this baseball once he was outside.
2-0 pitch and a high fly ball to shallow left center field. Harris coming in, and Harris will be caught off by Ramon Laureano. Ramon's got it, and 2 down.
Broken bat right to Arcia. Spencer Schwanenbach sets him down in order at the top of the first. Luis Severino is having a little bit of a renaissance year here, and they bumped him back a day so that he could start today, and then if need be, they could use him on the final day of the regular season. This time it's in play, and it will drop. What an at-bat to start the bottom of the first for Michael Harris.
That's a thing of beauty there for Michael. Gets jammed here a little bit and muscles this thing in.
Double play ball for Acuna, but he bobbles it, gets the out at second, but they can't turn the double play. So Acuna, who has been so sure-handed, comes into Atlanta with his brother watching, a little bit maybe extra nerves, and he bobbles the first ground ball. Fly ball toward the right field corner. Marte on the move. And right in the corner, it makes the catch. Beautifully done by Marte without much room to operate, with the wall and the line all coming together, and he catches it right there in the corner for the second out.
Olsen, another one who's been red hot this month.
That's going to get up the middle by Iglesias. Albies will head to third, and with 2 out, the Braves have him at the corners.
And the Mets' failure to turn the double play now looms large with Jorge Soler coming up. And he got him looking. Threw him yet another slider, and Severino got it in at the knees to get himself out of first inning trouble. No score after 1.
So with 1 down, here is Mark Vientos.
Got him. 98. Schwanenbach gassed him up. 2 away.
Impressive, not just 98, but pretty much right at him in that 2-2 count and not afraid.
Schwanenbach got the call. Slider is in there. Back-to-back strikeouts to end the top of the second.
Ramon Laureano leads off against Luis Severino. And Laureano goes down swinging on a slider, so Sevy liking his slider against the right-hand hitters tonight. That's his second strikeout. Swing and a miss. d'Arnaud down on a fastball away, and Severino's got back-to-back strikeouts to start the second.
And now here comes Ronald Acuna Jr.'s little brother, Luis Angel Acuna, the 22-year-old rookie.
Ronald and Luis Angel Acuna able to get together before the game today. They traded jerseys downstairs.
And Ronald watching probably with mixed emotions, I would imagine.
I hope so. I think so. He understands how important it is. It's tough for him to watch. He'd love to be in this game right now.
I mentioned there's some 15 family members in the ballpark today, including Ronald and Luis Angel's father, Ronald, there in the green shirt.
And he skies one right side of the infield. Ozzie calling off everyone, and in between first and second, he's got it.
And so the right swing for Iglesias.
Right off the end of the bat, and a 17-game hitting streak.
Longest active streak right now in the major leagues for Iglesias. So that is the first Mets hit of the game.
He's been at the top of the order. So many times we're used to seeing Nimmo at the top of the order.
Bouncing ball to short, and off the chest of Arcia. Tries to recover, throw to first, not in time. Nimmo is safe. Arcia kicks his foot in disgust at shortstop. That was a routine ground ball to his left. He booted it. Iglesias is at second, and And Nimmo's at first on the E6.
2 out and 2 on for Marte. Mets trying to take advantage.
Cuts loose a 1-2. Ground ball out towards Urshela at third. He's up with it cleanly, and the throw across is in time for the out.
Schwellenbach gets around the error, keeps the game scoreless in the third.
Nets nothing, Braves nothing down here at Truist Park. Luis Severino so far so good. Orlando Arcia leads off the bottom of the third inning.
Swinging bunt. That's going to stay fair. Wide throw, and Orlando's going to head to second.
And a ball that Severino or Alvarez won should have just stuck in their pocket. Well, they both went for the baseball. They just about collided. Severino picked it up, and a terrible throw to first base.
He did brush him. I think that's what caused the wild throw. Alvarez was getting set up to barehand it and throw it.
So a hit and an error. Arcia at second, and here's Harris. Harris lines it to right. That's going to get the Braves on the board. An RBI double for Michael Harris. Atlanta draws first blood.
The Mets were not able to take advantage of an Atlanta error in the top of the inning. The Braves do. 1-0 Atlanta.
Still nobody out. Grounder to the right side, and it gets by Iglesias. Here comes Harris.
Here's the throw for Marte. Up the line, too late. Throw to second. That's late, too. 2-0 Braves. Hustling all over the base paths. Ozzie just squeaked it through the right side out of the reach of the second baseman, Iglesias.
They are ambushing these first pitches from Luis Severino. It's high. He walked him. Severino laboring in the third. Still at the corners for Laureano. That ball is going to get through. A little bleeder off the bat of Laureano. It'll make it 3-0.
And the Braves finding multiple ways to get it done here in the third inning. Just a soft bouncer to the right side. We talk about hitting them where they ain't.
Harris, since returning from his hamstring injury, has been hot, particularly right here in the month of September.
Out to left field, pretty deep. That's going to keep going, and it's going to get out of here. Michael Harris, a single, a double, and now a homer, and it's only the fourth inning. CJ, he is in an absolute zone right now.
Not just to the opposite field, but 422 feet to the opposite field. This is impressive from Michael. We missed him at times this year. I don't think we realized how badly we missed him.
Luis Angel Acuna popped to second his first time.
Michael will charge. Oh, he got it. Michael Harris, full extension grab to Rob Acuna.
Now, thing of beauty, I'm not sure anybody's having more fun right now playing this game than Michael Harris, and these are not easy. When you come running in like that to dive, it takes incredible skill and precision, and he is on the money. Money Mike, once again. I thought for sure that was a base hit off the bat. So did Spencer Schwellenbach.
In a world where Shohei Ohtani didn't exist, Ozuna might be the first DH to win MVP.
He has always performed well against the Mets.
Marcell Ozuna hits it high and deep to right, and it's into the chop house for a big fly from the Big Bear, and it's 5-0. 39th of the season for Ozuna.
Look at the location of this 97-mile-an-hour fastball. That is at or maybe even above the strike zone, and Marcell gets his hands above the baseball, squares it up.
Well, a late season game in Atlanta for the New York Mets. Mets came in rolling, hoping for better things that history has shown. So far tonight has belonged to the Braves.
This is an interesting time of the ball game right now. Schwellenbach's only at 78 pitches, but also simultaneously helping you win ball games the next few days with what he can save from the bullpen. See how deep he can go.
There's a liner, and Schwellenbach got a piece of it. Oh, that's tremendous! Score at 163. It's about as good of a 163 as you'll ever see.
And kind of deflected it up into the air, almost like he served it to Arcia, who picked it up on the second hop, barehanded right next to the bag. Vientos has had a big season with the power numbers.
Now Vientos flies one to deep right field. White goes back on the warning track at the wall. It's out of here. Mark Vientos goes the other way to get the Mets on the board. His 26th home run of the year. And the Mets finally break through against Schwellenbach after he had held them without a run for 13 1/3 innings. Vientos with the opposite field home run to get the Mets their first run. It's now 5-1.
That'll do it. Pretty good splitter. Gets Alvarez. Gives up the homer, but only one run through 7 for Schwellenbach, and that sends us to the stretch.
Nimmo 0 for 3, left-hand batter. 5-1 Atlanta. Acuna at first, 1 out in the 8th.
Hit hard. Olsen knocks it down. And He dives to complete the play. Acuna to second base, 2 outs.
It's only going to go down as a 3 unassisted, but it was so much more than that. I think Joe Jimenez thought it was caught. You see him standing on the mound and too late to get over there, and a little bit of a surprise for Matt Olson after he turns around and realizes he is going to have to go back to the bag himself because Jimenez was not going to get there. That is a great recovery.
0-2 pitch. He struck him out.
And the Mets are denied in the 8th. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and a man left.
On 2 pitches, the Mets have made the first 2 outs in the 9th.
In the air. This should do it. Eli White, he's got it. Braves win. A series with huge implications. And Atlanta gets game 1 from their longtime rival, the New York Mets. 5-1 the final.
And all of a sudden, Atlanta just a game behind the Mets in the standings.